Welcome to the VIP Golf Show.
Welcome to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
It's 11:03. It is the Lock Shop on a Monday. CFL lines have dropped, and the Elks are a massive, massive dog on the road against the Riders. So we'll get into that as we work our way through the show. I'll have Huss guess the lines. He probably hasn't seen them yet. Shout out to Zacticum, who brought in Frosties for the staff with fries to dip them in. It's nice. It's not really frosty weather out there, but I like it. Zach's so proud of himself right now. I love to see that look on his face. He's so happy, which I like. Yeah, he's good. My phone's almost dead already. How long does your phone last in a day, Benny? Like
it's, I don't know. I think the longer you have it, just the worse it gets. Mine's not very good. It's in need of a new battery, but
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm on it for example, if I'm doing the hangout, I'll have the chat up on my phone, and by the end of the stream, I'm at 40%.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I need I don't want to be charging my phone during the shows.
No. Yeah. Annoying.
Yeah, that's good. Smitty the Welder says the Elks should just fold. Cowboy says these crowns annoy me. Yeah, the crowns annoy me a little bit too. But they usually kind of filter away throughout the show, I think, as we move further down in the chat. All right. We already have a EST special up. As always, Edmonton Sports Talk and the Lock Shop, brought to you by our partners over at Play Alberta, where what you play with in Alberta stays in Alberta, which is really nice, actually. If you've not yet downloaded the app, you can do that as well. EST Specials page looks like this today. Early bird bet, Blue Jays to win. They've won 3 in a row coming out of the break. And Blue Jays to win and a Barger hit plus 182, which I think is that's a pretty solid number right now. So Blue Jays to win, Barger with a hit, plus 182. We'll have a few more specials popping up throughout the day. Maybe Huss and I will get into a little double play today with Major League Baseball. But we've got a lot of golf to break down. We've got another weekend in the CFL to break down as well. And those CFL lines are out. Hopefully Huss hasn't seen them yet. We'll have him guess those as we work our way through the show today. But it is the Lock Shop, brought to you by Play Alberta. Let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk today. Huss, you haven't seen lines yet, right?
I have not seen lines.
Okay, perfect. We'll play that in a little bit when we get to the CFL stuff. How about Scottie Scheffler?
Frosty?
Oh, I forgot a Frosty. Yeah, Zach brought in Frosties for the staff. Also brought in some fries to dip, which is nice. You got to dip into a Frosty, don't you?
Okay, listen. It's funny you bring that up. I remember being told about this. God, like 20 years ago, this girl I worked with at the Jets would do that at lunch. I'm like, and she would do it with McDonald's fries into a
McFlurry.
I
just
think
a cone.
it was more like just like a sundae almost,
really,
or something like that, into ice cream.
Wow.
But really, so is that a normal thing you do, or just that's a Zach thing? He said, "Hey, you guys should."
No. I don't know what it is. Usually just at Wendy's fries and Frosties. It's a good dipping combination. I already did it with a couple today. So
I thought it was preposterous when I was told about that, and then I actually tried it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Listen, I can sort of see.
It's weird. Like it's kind of good, right? It's low key good. I like it. It's good.
How was the weekend? A lot of miles.
A lot of traveling. Did the longest flight in the CFL from Montreal to Vancouver.
How long is that? About 6?
5.5 into like a jet stream coming that way across the country. So like we're pushing against it. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was fine. And then, we'll get to CFL. We want to start with Scottie, but I was way off on the BC Lions, man. Or the Riders are just that good. I thought there might be a little mini upset brewing there, and I was completely off. I apologize to everybody.
Well,
that wasn't good look.
I mean, here's something that we got to start paying more attention to.
Who they
I
played?
guess I sort of did on that game. No.
Oh.
Fading the line movement in the CFL right now. If you watch, like, let's think about these last few games that have had big line movement. The Montreal game, Toronto started at like 7. It was bet all the way up to 10 or 10 and a half.
That's true. Yep.
Argos covered comfortably. There was a little bit. I mean, the day of the game, the Calgary-Winnipeg game went from 3.5 to 4, 4.5, even 5. Calgary covered comfortably. And then the BC-Saskatchewan game. I mean, that game opened at Sask minus 2.5. It moved 5 points over the course of the week. And again, it was an easy cover for Saskatchewan. So we're going to look at these lines right now, and I would suggest to people it might be prudent just to hang tight as we get closer to the game and see where things are going. Because if you wait a couple days, think of where the line started, where they finished, and kind of go with where they started. You certainly had a great week 7 in the CFL. I'll tell you that.
All right, so something to keep tabs on. We'll lay out the lines for you. Huss will take a guess at them, and then we'll give them to you as we work our way through the show today. But Huss, we got to start with Scottie Scheffler. Incredible performance. Took all of the drama out of a Sunday at a major. The run that we had Bob Weeks on our show this morning, and the run that he's been on here. And in fact, it was funny because I played that clip of Rory last February being like, I think Scottie should try a mallet putter. And since then, he's won 13 tournaments, 3 majors, and a gold medal. So don't give out advice to a guy who probably didn't need it anyway. But he's been torching people for 2 years now. It's insane. And what he did this week was just, the fact that we somewhat expect it is what's probably the most ridiculous thing. And what did I see? 41 top 10s in his last 50 starts, which is mind-boggling.
Yeah, the what he's doing right now. Well, the other thing that was crazy was that, did you see the stat? Tiger Woods won
the exact same amount of days. Yeah.
And then it was 1,197 days before he won his 4th. And Scottie Scheffler won the Open Championship yesterday, 1,197 days from his first. Just absolutely bananas. Unfortunately, though, when one guy's playing at a level that's beyond everyone else, and we had this a little bit in the Tiger era, it can certainly take a lot of juice out of the weekend in the final round. Unless you were hitting the markets without Scheffler and McIlroy. Funny, like books, even on the live betting, like going into Sunday, we're just having bet the tournament without Scottie. Like we're basically.
Yeah, well, you had to, because it was minus 750 for Scottie, right? Like nobody's going to get in on that action. You got to get creative somehow.
Yeah. And even early Friday afternoon, he was plus 105, like plus 110 with so much of the tournament left to go. Listen, it was so impressive. And we talked about the putting, like the longer greens and just the unique thing being a bit of an equalizer for everyone. Well, that actually didn't end up happening because it wasn't like Scottie's putting caught up to everybody else. He was number 1 in the field on the greens, in addition to everything he did ball striking. So it's basically Scottie Scheffler and then everybody else right now. And he's on just a simply historic run. Like, listen to this season for him. Won the Open, Scottish Open, T8, top 10. TPC Highlands, Travelers, T6, top 10. US Open, T7, top 10. Memorial, win. Charles Schwab, T4, top 10. PGA Championship, win. CJ Cup, win. RBC Heritage, T8. Masters, 4th. Texas Children's Open, T2. You have to go all the way back to March 13th and the Players for an event that he didn't fit, that he played in, that he wasn't in the top 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 straight tournaments. And of that, he won 4 of them, including 2 majors.
I don't know what to say about the guy, man. Like, it's just watching him. Like, I was good. Saturday morning, I was in Vancouver, and I woke up, and I'd been out east for a while, so I don't know. My sleep was a little bit off. I woke up, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to throw in the golf, and I'm just going to lay here. So I laid there, and I watched like 5 straight hours uninterrupted, and it was incredible. There's no kids. There's nothing to do. I had prepped on the flight the day before, so it was just total chill zone for me. And he makes no mistakes. Like, it's just, it very rarely was he not exactly where he needed to be or darn close to it. Like, to be that efficient for this stretch now is, I mean, it's almost like when you play a golf video game and you figure it out so you can throw darts all the time.
Yeah.
That's just what he's doing in real life right now.
Yeah, I mean, he basically had one mistake on Sunday, and that was he put it into a bunker and then didn't give himself enough loft and was
that on the par 5 and he had to take the par, or that was on Saturday? I saw that one on Saturday.
No, he ended up taking a double on this because he whacked it into the top of the bunker as he was coming out. So basically it was just a stroke lost there. Then he ended up chipping out, getting it on, missing the putt, and ended up being a double. But I mean, it really didn't matter. Like, I mean, there was absolutely no drama, and it's going to be on somebody else to see if they can step up and take a run at it. I mean, we'll say Corey Connors had a really nice finish.
Yeah.
Had him right in the mix for the top rest of the world. And I did use that boost on Xander, top 10. He did come in, which was nice. But again, Scottie took a lot of the fun out of the festivities yesterday because it was pretty clear that it was his tournament and his alone. And if you didn't hold your nose and bet the favorite at the beginning of the of it, you were basically looking at pretty ugly numbers on the live betting that were tough to jump on. Well,
if Bryson doesn't go fire a 78 on Thursday and even he goes shoots a 69 or 68, 69, he would have maybe made things somewhat interesting because he was lights out rounds 2, 3, 4. Like, he was Scottie Scheffler good in rounds 2, 3, 4, but that horrible 78, 13 shot swing from day 1 to 2 for Bryson, which was just insane. But he finishes T10, so that's 3 top 10 finishes in majors this year for him.
He had a great final round. He went 64. So he had a 65 and a 64, and he needed every shot of that 65 to make the cut. But unlike Bryson, pretty tough finding many of his live counterparts doing much at this tournament. It was Bryson T10, and then you have to go down to, I guess, Tyrrell Hatton, who put a 72 on the weekend. So that was the only 2 T2s.
I know they had a big graphic for all the guys who made the cut. I saw that. I saw Liv tweet that out.
Pretty juicy. The irony of the Liv guys celebrating a cut made.
What do you think of Rory?
I mean, Rory was, he was really good. He was right there. He just didn't have, like, as I said, he was right in the mix, and in a normal tournament without Scottie Scheffler, he would have been right there. What did he finish at? 10 under? Harris English was the next best at 13.
Yeah. But Harris English has 2 second place finishes in the majors this year, doesn't he?
He does. And You know what? It's wild. I think he, as of right now, and I'll have to check what date that they finalized the Ryder Cup standings, but he's also in the top 6 for the Ryder Cup, like automatically on the team. JJ Spawn, 3rd in the mix, and he did good. By the way, just on Liv, I can't remember the last time we talked about Dustin Johnson, but DJ actually was half decent. He was 23rd at this
I don't
event.
think we've talked about GJ in a year, buddy.
No.
I totally forgot about his existence, to be honest with you.
Sergio's there. John Rahm had a nice Well, I mean, it was right there in the opening round. Never could really get it in the red numbers. So, yeah, the Live guys, it was not a good year for Live when it came to the majors. But again, kind of tough for anyone. You got, when you look back at the majors of this year, Rory winning the Masters, Scottie, the undisputed best player on the planet, winning 2, and then the crazy underdog story of JJ Spawn at the US Open. But as much as the season started, this is Rory's year, winning the career Grand Slam. That was short-lived. Who are we kidding? It's Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler's time right now. It is. It's Scottie Scheffler or anyone else, basically, until further notice. Until further notice. I mean, probably until he says he doesn't want to anymore. And who knows how long that'll be with Scottie.
I'm going to do a Barry Sanders.
Well,
just win a tournament and then...
If he keeps talking about how winning majors doesn't fill the deepest desires in his heart, maybe he does just bail in 2 or 3 years. And it's like, that's it. I've accomplished. I made more money than anything. I can go be a dad full time, essentially. I don't know. Even yesterday, it was interesting because he said again, he goes, I've worked so hard my whole life to win these things. But then at the same time, he goes, it doesn't fill the deepest desires. And I'm like, I get it. Like, you want to be a dad and a husband. I totally respect that. I love it. But you can't tell me when you work at something for your full life, it doesn't fill your heart a little bit when you bring one home, so I like it. He's an interesting,
he could announce today that, you know what, with that, I always wanted to win the Open. I've done everything that I want to do. I'm retiring. And he would go out as probably a top 15 player.
I was just going to say, I think he's bordering top 10 right now.
It's inevitable, and it'll be very quick. I mean, now, the one thing I'll say about Scheffler is, if you would have told me a few years ago that he was going to win 3 of the 4 majors and what would be the last one to win, it wouldn't have been the US Open. I mean, he just, with the way that he's able to hit it, his consistency, staying out of trouble and all that, you kind of would think that would have been one. But I can't remember where it is next year, but that will be the drama. Can Scottie Scheffler finish the career Grand Slam? Something tells me he'll do it a lot quicker than our buddy Rory McIlroy, taking the 10 years to get that done. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens next year.
All right, let's slide over to the Canadian Football League. Before we guess the lines, or Huss is going to guess the lines, I've seen them already for week 8. Let's recap week 7, and let's start it yesterday and then work our way back here, Huss. Drew Brown gets popped yesterday. Helmet comes flying off. Helmet wasn't done up in the first place, though. Did you see that? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
How are you playing quarterback with the and you see it, and I honestly think, like, when you see the hit, 90% of it came here. The top part of the helmet gets the bottom part of his helmet, like the bottom part of the mask, and you see his helmet flip very easily. Like, do that thing up. I don't know if it was an accident, he forgot to do it, but if his helmet's done up, I don't think it's coming flying off like that. So, I mean, people who are calling for a suspension, I think, are probably taking it too far. Could he have been ejected? I watch it back in slow-mo, and I kind of think they got the call right, but what'd you think of it?
If he has his helmet done up and the same hit happens, does the helmet come off?
I don't think so.
Look as bad?
I don't think so.
Do they throw a flag? I mean, listen, I'm all for protecting the quarterbacks, but it has to be mandatory that your helmet is done up so that it can't easily fall off. I mean, that's just common sense. And if anything, I mean, they might have to. I'm sure they'll probably warn him about that or something like that. But I mean, if guys are getting 15 and 25-yard penalties for knocking them off, they better be secured beforehand. And that was a little tough. Yeah, I mean, listen, Ottawa's in a tough spot. They go in there last night, missing their top 2 corners. Hamilton's feeling it right now.
Do you think it's almost Rick Campbell time in Ottawa? I think they ride it out with Bobby Dice for a while.
Bobby Dice, huge fan of Bob. But man, they're 1-6 now. I mean, Well, I guess we'll get to this in a minute and see where their next game is at and all that. But I would suggest that if that doesn't happen today, Bob Dice is probably going to need to win to keep his job.
They're on a bye. They get the bye this week, and then they're home against the Calgary Stampeders. So,
yes, I'm familiar with their work.
Yeah, I'm familiar with their work. Well, let's keep working our way back. BC Lions, that final score is a lot more flattering than it should be. The Riders get by the Lions 33-27. Trevor Harris, he did whatever he wanted against the BC Lions defense. Us like absolutely picked them apart, and not just with dinking and dunking. Like he was sending that ball downfield as well. I mean, BC's defense might just be that bad. Or Trevor Harris, who's now set a CFL record of 9 straight games with 70% passing completion or more. Maybe he's just in one right now, but BC, my God, they could not stop him. Like mix in a couple of stops somewhere when that game is still on the line.
You know what is so nuts about that game is that it makes you really think about the two Alberta teams at the same time. Like Saskatchewan looked great against BC. They come off being completely shut down at home by Calgary. And then on the other side of things, like, didn't the Elks get like 100 yards total against BC?
Just over 100. And they only got over 100 because of garbage time when Cody Fajardo came in and passed the ball.
So you compare that and then what the BC defense looked like against, a competent offense. It's, I don't know. It's pretty scary takeaways for the good and the bad when it comes to those Edmonton teams. But yeah, listen, Trevor Harris, when he's healthy and he's got time, he's as good as anyone right now, although VA is cooking. And obviously Nathan Work's capable of it, but yeah, I can't say that I'm surprised. I think Saskatchewan was going to come into this game with something to prove, kind of something that we thought we'd get maybe from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers after their first loss of the season. And, I did that tweet, and I know you, did a bit of a walker on it. I mean, to me, there is like a gap in between the Calgary Stampeders and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And then you got Winnipeg and BC. And some will argue there's a gap there. Winnipeg did beat them twice. Everything's up in the air with the Bombers quarterback situation right now. And then another gap, and then the Elks, based on what we've seen so far this year.
All right, so what is Winnipeg quarterback situation right now? And what was, I've done it so many games at Princess Auto, and not many of them we've left with Bombers fans being probably like, oh my God, what just happened? What was that like, buddy?
Well, first off, one of the most special moments I've ever been a part of at the beginning of the game.
It was that good, hey? Yeah.
It was incredible. And, they needed to get on with the game, but that ovation could have gone another 5 minutes if they wanted it to. And, I know Milt talked to Ed Tate from the Bombers afterwards, and Jeff Hamilton has a great piece in the Winnipeg Free Press on Saturday, about the return. He said that was as special as anything that he'd ever had. So that was a real highlight of the night. Other than that, though, first off, the Bomber defense got gashed. Like Calgary seemed like, I don't know what their numbers were on second and long, but I'll bet it was 65% success rate. I mean, they were just eating them up on second and long. Vernon Adams was awesome. And VA's had some long nights at Princess Auto Stadium playing for other teams. Not Friday. He was amazing.
You're right. How second down conversion, 61.1%.
Okay. 12
of 19.
And so many of them were 8, 9, 10 yards. And it was no problem. But of course, the huge topic right now is the quarterback situation. Like, you knew that missing Stanley Bryant was going to, stress that line, the offensive line. Zach, being a Warrior, he knew that he was going to be taking a hit when he was laying that ball out, and he did. He got planted into the turf, and his head hit the ground pretty severely. So he was gone. And then you got Chris Strevler. And listen, the final score was ugly, and the game got completely away from them in the fourth quarter. But let's face it, that entire game turns on that late third quarter interception by Strevler on the goal line.
In the end zone there. He should have never thrown that one.
Terrible decision.
Yeah.
Terrible decision. And I believe it was a 3 or a 4 point game for Calgary at that time. So like even worst case scenario, you go a couple of you don't get anything and you kick an easy field goal and you're either tied or down by 1. Instead, Calgary got the ball, and then to compound it, the defense wasn't able to stop them at all. And they went the entire length of the field, blown coverage, touchdown. Now you're talking about a double-digit deficit, which is bad enough, but especially without the explosiveness of Zach Claros in the passing game when you're dealing with Strevler. And then Strevler served up the worst pick six I've ever seen in my entire life of watching football. I mean, that was... did you just not see the guy? I mean, it's basically on the goal line, serving it up right to a defender who's just simply walked in. And that was sort of the story of the rest of the game. Calgary, definitely the better team. It was close in the third quarter, and then it wasn't. And that's what good teams were able to do, take advantage of a couple of mistakes and to pick you out. So just an amazing turnaround by the Stamps so far, Dusty. Can you imagine? Like, go back to 2 months ago before the season. We were saying, hey, maybe Calgary can turn it around. I don't think you can just kind of count them out of the playoffs. Well, understatement of the year. They're now the number 1 team in everybody's power poll. And I don't know how you don't look at them as the team to beat right now in the CFL.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I understand we say all the time, you know, you can turn things around quickly in the CFL. You can turn things around quickly in the CFL. And part of me wants to buy into that. But part of me still doubted it, but you can't doubt it anymore. Like, Calgary has come in, they go out and get a quarterback, which obviously is insanely important in any football league, but I think maybe even more so in this one. And then they go and get a bunch of guys that, first of all, I think when I did my first Calgary game this year, there's 5 or 6 dudes on the defense I'd never heard of. You bring in Moncrief, who's like 32, having a monster season, though. And you got this defensive line that never, like, they just get so much pressure with just 4 guys. It changes everything. The quarterbacks are on the run because these athletic defensive linemen are just on them immediately. And it's changed. When was the last time a team turned it around like this? They've already matched last year's win total, and they've only played 6 games. Like, this is an all-time turnaround that we're witnessing right here with the Calgary Stampeders.
Well, the only one that I can say as it maybe pertains to their odds, but when Montreal won the Grey Cup a few years back, they opened up the season without an owner, and they were the longest shot on the board to win the Grey Cup, and they ended up doing it. I think they were 19-1, if I'm not mistaken. Calgary was even longer than that. Calgary
they were longer than that this year, yeah.
If I recall, at the beginning of the season. So it'll be funny to see what the futures are right now after another week. I mean, that Calgary number is going to be getting small. Tell you what, those VA 25-1 MOP bets, though, are looking.
Those are looking pretty good. Those are looking pretty good. Let's get back. I know you guys probably would have touched on it, but just as we wrap the week, what a comeback by Montreal. Davis Alexander, though, now on the 6th game. Not ideal, but Toronto 2-out after 2-out. And then the final 2.5 minutes of that football game were just insane. I almost started talking French. I'd been out there for 2 days. I almost started sacre bleu. I don't even know what that means, but like I could have mixed in. I could have mixed in some of those, buddy. That was insane.
You say what is happening in French?
You know what? I should look that up. Let me translate that right now.
You need to have that in your
my repertoire. I'm back in Montreal next weekend, buddy. So let's see here.
This is where it happens. You'll remember this Lock Shop episode when we taught Dusty how to say what is happening en français.
See here. No, I want what is happening. Let me change this. Let's see here. Here we go. C'est que ça passe. C'est que ça passe. Yeah, anybody watching it might even know. That was good. But Toronto, man, like hopefully they get Chad Kelly back at some point. But that just seems to keep dragging out. And Arbuckle wasn't bad in this game. But that fumble that he had late and then unable to put together any drive, like one decent drive seals that thing away for you. And they just couldn't do it. But Montreal now having to tread water, not even tread water, but try to, stay ahead or stay in the mix and keep pace with Hamilton with MBT at quarterback will be interesting.
Definitely. Tell you what, it would have been absurd to be talking about a Bo Levi Mitchell, Hamilton Calgary Cats going up against his old team, Calgary Stampeders, in the Grey Cup a couple months ago. But can you imagine if that is the storyline? If Hamilton wins the East and Calgary is in the West?
Bo versus the Stamps.
Going up against the Stamps?
Why not? I got a lot of time for a Bo VA Grey Cup, too. Two very experienced quarterbacks.
I think right now, I mean, obviously, Davis Alexander's banged up. I think you probably might still give the Alouettes the nod over them healthy. But, I mean, it's clearly one of those two teams. It ain't Toronto. It's not Ottawa.
It's one of those two teams. If Montreal's healthy and has Davis Alexander come playoff time, I think I'd probably side with the Alouettes defense being a difference maker in a Calgary Hamilton Montreal head-to-head. But, I mean, who knows how good Hamilton will be by then?
I think Hamilton's trending up as well, but nobody's trending up like the Stamps.
Yeah. No, they're insanely good. All right, let's get to some of these lines here, Huss. One line, since it has, I'll bring you up to speed on it because when it posted this morning, it was what? Anyway, I saw these for the first time, like right before Lock Shop. So this is great. So let's start Montreal to Calgary. That's my one game this week. And we'll be in Calgary on Thursday for the MBT-led Alouettes and the Stampeders. What do you think Calgary is here at home? They're obviously a favorite. How much?
No Davis Alexander, of course. I'm going to go Calgary minus 4.5.
6. Okay. Calgary minus 6. We'll see if that one moves. I don't see it getting to 7. Do you?
Well,
if it's opening at 6, see where the money comes in.
I also didn't see the Rider line moving 5 points last week and all that. So people are waking up to how good this Calgary team is right now. And once people realize that Alexander isn't playing, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does move a little bit. But man, 7 would be a lot for this game.
All right, the Elks coming off a bye week. They had Trey Ford taking first team reps at practice yesterday. I'm not sure I'm buying it. I think they'll go to Cody, but the Elks on the road against the Riders.
Ooh. Well, it's going to be Sask. Jeez.
Say it.
Sask 10.5.
Okay, so it sits right now at 9.5. But when we saw this posted at 11, it was at 14. And I was just like, whoa, what's going on here? It's at 14. And then it was at 12, and now it's at 9.5. So I don't know if they had to quickly update the original post because I thought it would be around 10-ish. And it's at 9.5 right now. So might have opened at 14, and some people might have hammered the Elk, so they quickly brought it down. But it's sitting at 9.5 right now. So right there. I think it'll be 10 by kickoff.
It'll probably be double digits.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of people lining up to support the Elks now.
What number is, okay, let's see. Now is the Elks time. Like if it's at 10, would you take the Elks in double digits or no?
Maybe 11.
Yeah. Outside of the 10, outside that 10 number.
Maybe 11, 10, 10.5. I mean, I think Saskatchewan is going to be like when you think about what happened the last time they were on home field, they didn't win. They're feeling good about that last one. They want to keep it rolling. I mean, I guess there's a chance the Elks could make this somewhat of a game, but I probably feel better about taking the favorite in that one, certainly than I did last week in a couple of the big favorites.
If Cody Fajardo is announced as the starter on Thursday, does the line move?
Maybe a point or something.
Yeah, I thought maybe a point. We haven't seen
Like
Cody
maybe-
Fajardo yet with Edmonton to know if it would make a significant difference, right? So
Exactly. And there's far more. I mean, this isn't all just on the quarterback with what's happened with the Elks.
yeah, their defense is atrocious. I would probably set Trevor Harris passing yards at 324 and a half. That's probably where I think I'd still probably be on the over. Like the only reason he doesn't throw for 350 yards is if AJ Ouellette's just running the ball down their throat and they don't need to. You know, like if Edmonton can make this a game at all, Trevor's going to have 350 passing yards.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think like, if they're playing with the lead in the second half, there could be a lot of the run game.
All right, Winnipeg on the road in Toronto. I would say we don't know what's going on with Chad Kelly, but I would say this line that I'm looking at is probably not a Chad Kelly line.
And then what about Zach Caleros? Well, put it this way.
I think right now it's both teams or without their quarterbacks on this line.
Both teams in the backup. Geez, would they possibly have the Winnipeg minus 1.5?
2.5. Winnipeg minus 2.5. So just inside the field goal there.
This is a pick'em game to me.
Yeah, you know what? If that pops to 3, or if on a parlay, I could just move it to 3. I might get on the Argos at 3.5 if I move that line to 3.5. Because you're thinking pick'em. Arbuckle hasn't been bad this year. Now Strevler, what was that first game of the year? Strevler started and played pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it was so disappointing to have him just completely crap the bed like he did when he got a chance to get in. Huge talks. I mean, like I thought a lot about some of my takes in the offseason about where the team's going from here. Can they count on Zach at this point? Who's the backup? And then, we had to talk about it for a long time, knowing that Caleros was going to miss game 1 of the season. And then it didn't matter that much. Strevler played well and they got the win. Well, now I think you've seen that this is probably not a guy that you can count on to, win you games in the absence of your starting quarterback, albeit he did in week 1. He'll need to be way better. I'm interested also as to how different the attack might look, knowing that it's a Strevler. Now, week 1 of the season, we all expected tons of running, and they barely ran the football.
He ran the ball like 2-3 times max. It was crazy.
Exactly. I would think that probably changes, and we've probably seen a lot of Brady Oliveira in that game on the is that the Sunday night game or is that a Saturday?
It's Saturday. It's a Saturday game.
All right. So you've only got the one.
Yeah, I just have Saturday, or I just have Thursday, and I guess they must be bringing Rod out for the Riders on Friday, and then the BC Lions on Sunday. I guess that's probably what it is. I think. Ticats Lions. That's the last one.
Ticat in BC.
Yeah, in BC.
Ooh, BC.
This should be a pretty entertaining football game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the total's 55.5. That's one of the largest totals we've seen in a long time.
BC minus 2.
BC minus 3.5.
3.5.
3.5 on the other side of a field goal, buddy, against the Ticats team that's won 4 in a row.
I think I might be jumping on Hamilton right now.
I'm gonna get, let's do this for a little parlay today. I'm gonna get on like an early week teaser where we go Ticats to 9.5. That'll be moving at 6 points. And then should we take the Argos to like 8.5? They're not going to, they're not like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 point tees with the Argos.
And then bring the Riders down to like 3.5.
Yep.
And then we'll just leave that Montreal Calgary game, maybe stay out of, we could just take Stamps basically money line, right? Take it from 6 down to 0.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do that.
I like that.
Yeah, let's just put it all together here. We'll just do an early weeks 4-game teaser on this and then try to beat some of this movement. But yeah, so this will be good. So yeah, we take the Riders down. If we move them all 6 points, it'd be Riders 3.5, Argos 8.5, Ticats 9.5, and Stamps money line at home on a Thursday night.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to send this over to the boys right now. Oh, I like that. Hey, you guys got some Gabe Vilardi news over the weekend, eh, Huss?
You know what was funny?
Did that kind of come out of nowhere or what?
That news broke just as we were about to do the marble race.
Oh, no way.
We got the full live reaction on the show. It was quite fun. We gave Gabe a marble. He actually got thrown out quite early, but I'm sure he was consoled by the fact that he had $45 million to look forward to. Yeah, listen, it's awesome for the Jets to get a guy. I know he did his we'll have some of Gabe's call today on the show. Talked about how he loves Winnipeg. It felt like home, was very happy to sign for 6 years, and it's part of a really good team here moving forward. So, you love to hear that for in a small market like this. I mean, it's a tough day for the narratives that nobody wants to stay or play in Winnipeg. So now it's just Dylan Samberg on the to-do list for RFAs. But it is pretty amazing, though, when you think about this. This is all part of the Line A trade tree. And, Line A for Dubois to LA. And, coming back was Kupari, was Alex Iafallo, and was Gabe Vilardi. Kupari did sign in Europe, but he was sort of not usually in the lineup. But Iafallo signed a 3-year extension. Vilardi a 6-year extension. And you'd think that maybe would be a little more challenging when guys get traded from Los Angeles to Winnipeg, but they both bought in, are great parts of this team, and have both signed extensions in the last 6 months.
Things are looking good. Keeping these guys around, you love to see it. A team
like the Jets have to do it, right? I mean, they're never going to be huge players on July 1st, at least for the top tier free agents. So, when you have any assets, but especially assets that are basically coming out of the move of one of your biggest assets, which was a former number 2 overall pick, you got to make sure these guys stick around. So, good bit of business on Chevy and Larry Simmons' part. And listen, for Gabe, I think it's great for him too. I mean, he's coming off a career year. But one of the biggest problems that Vilardi's had in the past was just the availability. He had been injured quite a bit. So for him to get the security of a well-paid 6-year contract, I think makes a lot of sense for him too. So this is one of those deals that just feels like it's really good on both sides. And we're certainly happy to have Gabe here for another 6.
Toronto Blue Jays, man, out of the All-Star break, sweep with the Giants, start a big series with the Yankees today. And as good as the Jays are playing, I mean, they're still just 3 games up because the Yankees, I think, are 7-3 in their last 10. The Red Sox are 8-2 in their last 10. But can you imagine if they sweep the Yankees here and all of a sudden have a 6-game cushion?
Wow.
On the Yankees, which seems highly unlikely, but they have done it recently. So we'll see how it goes.
This is a 3-game series, I assume.
Yeah, because then they got a 4-gamer against the Tigers, I think.
So here are the pitching matchups. Tonight, Carlos Rodon against Gosman. Tomorrow night is going to be Schittler for the Yankees and Scherzer for the Jays. And then Wednesday night is going to be Fried against Bassett. Wow, 11-3 versus 10-4.
That's a big one.
Yeah, 3. And I mean, I don't know. I won't even start thinking about a sweep unless they win Monday and Tuesday. But Met, they're playing great. They came right out of the gate, picking up where they left off, I guess, just before the A's series. And, of course, you remember this whole turnaround really started when they went 4-for-4 against the Yankees at home, heading into the break. First time they'd ever done it. And now they've got the Yankees here as well. So the Jays are as good as they've been at home in over 35 years at this point. Their home record is amazing. And, let's see right now, Blue Jays. Yeah, 35-16 at home. I think that might be the best home record in the majors. So yeah, keep on cooking and start it off tonight, which should be a good one. I'm just looking. What are you seeing a line for that game right now? Just the ESPN has Jays at even money and the Yankees -120.
Yeah, this morning it was -102 Jays, -120 Yankees, I think. I already put it in. We got a little parlay on it. What am I seeing now? Yeah, -101, -120. We've got one up right now for all you lock shoppers in our EST specials page. +182 Jays to win and Barger with a hit. That'll get it up to +182 and is a little bit boosted if you want to get on that. Huss, what am I seeing here? Pinner's Pancake says, Huss, hand clap, Cody heel turn at SummerSlam, ? Is that going to be coming down the pipe? Are you familiar with this?
Yes, we're already seeing signs.
Really?
Everyone wanted, I mean, listen, I think the whole Cena heel turn was amazing for attention and everything like that, but you got to think that at some point during this final run, Cena is going to see the error of his ways and get back to being not just a good guy, but the good guy. So I wouldn't be surprised. We're already, if you saw Friday night, we're already seeing sort of teases that maybe these guys are going to sort of swap spots from Cena being the bad guy to Cody. So yeah, Penner's Pancakes, I'm with you.
So how do you flip them both at the same time? What has to happen? How do you do that? Because usually a guy would turn on the.
Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, it'll probably be some sort of way that it'll be Cody. Like it's gonna build up. There's gonna be signs that Cena is like, on the verge of, realizing the error of his ways. And then probably happens with Cody being the one that uses some sort of dastardly maneuver or something that clearly shows that he's kind of taking a departure from being the all-American face. And then it'll be up to Cena to sort of pull it up. I'm interested in it. They spent a lot of time, like that last week for wrestling. There were so many things going on this week, and I didn't watch it all, but just sort of catching up on it. They did a lot for SummerSlam as far as setting up. You know that Randy Orton is tag teaming with Jelly Roll in
the musician?
SummerSlam? Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
And who was it? I think they're going up against Logan Paul. And it was like on Jimmy Fallon or one of those shows where Jelly Roll was there. Logan Paul smacked Jelly Roll in the face pretty hard. And then Jelly Roll chokeslammed Logan Paul through a table.
No.
Yeah, so he's obviously been training. How much weight has that guy lost, by the way?
I don't follow Jelly Roll enough.
Well, dude, he used to look like he was probably pushing 500 pounds at one point. He's huge.
Oh yeah, he's looking much better now.
No, he's way thinner.
He said it says right here he's shedding nearly 200 pounds.
Okay, there you go. So he's like on the cover of Ozempic Illustrated or something like that because he's just it's melting off him right now. And now he's getting into the ring in the WWE. Who could have possibly thought
I would not have had that on the card. I'll say that. For that.
I did not realize what a big star he is.
He's massive, yeah.
Like, I think he actually was in Edmonton that for the first time ever, he did back-to-back shows.
You know you're a big deal when you're going back-to-back.
Oh, at a place like Rogers Arena?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very rare. Like, think of how many times any act has been to Edmonton that's needed to do 2 shows.
Well, Garth Brooks did 9. That's why he has a banner at the rink.
So there's Garth Brooks. And I mean, 9 in Alberta. That's actually funny. He probably could have done 25.
He could have set up a residency at Rogers. The Oilers could have played outdoors at Commonwealth all season. What's coming up on WST, buddy?
Well, a special guest star from one of the voices of the Canadian Football League, none other than Dustin Nielson.
Rod Smith. Oh, okay, it's me. Perfect. All right. What time am I on? 1:30?
people are 1:30 your time,
yeah.
2:30 ours. So we're going to dive into the week in the CFL, what the heck happened to the Bombers, where they go from here. We'll hear from Gabe Velarde, talk about the extension. Blake Wheeler retired on the weekend as well. We'll touch on that. And then it'll be fun. We'll kind of get your thoughts a little bit more on the landscape of the CFL season. I know a lot of WSTers will be looking forward to that if they didn't get enough on the Lock Shop. So, it'll be a good one starting up in less than 10 minutes over on the WST channel.
Sounds good, buddy. And I'll chat with you in about an hour and a half.
Looking forward to it.
There you go. That is us from Winnipeg Sports Talk. I have sent that 6-game teaser over to the boys at Play Alberta, and they gave me the thumbs up, which means they're starting to work on that. I don't think it'll be up yet. That would be a really quick turnaround. But yeah, so I bet it'll be up probably very early in the oil stream. We have the early bird bet, Blue Jays to win, Barger with a hit, plus 182. I'll put together a little bit of a parlay probably just after oil stream today for Dusty's play of the day in Major League Baseball tonight as well. And then, I sent over Ticats plus 9.5, Argos plus 8.5, Riders minus 3.5, and the Stamps just straight up money line to beat the Alouettes. That's a 6-game, 6-point teaser for all 4 games early in the week. Let's, I know it sounds so simple, but I really, really like it. Like the Ticats, a team that could score a ton, getting 9.5 against the Lions, whose defense is questionable at best. The Argos against the Bombers without Strevler, getting 8.5. Riders, anything inside 9.5, I think you got to be happy about. And then Stampeders against MBT at home. It's a nice one. I hope that number comes in. I think that number will probably be somewhere 2-ish. Close. Anyway, we'll find out. I'm going to keep refreshing this page over and over and over again. All right, we got the oil stream coming up, and it's going to be me and Reed Wilkins just riffing on things from 12 until 1 today. So that should be a lot of fun. I guess I should have said, especially with Reed, I should have said Reed Wilkins and I think. I still don't technically understand the me and I thing, but maybe it's something we'll discuss with a linguist. Anyway, that's coming up. That's going to do it for the Lock Shop today. Thank you very much for listening. Best of luck if you're going to ride with us tonight on that Blue Jays parlay or anything you got going on your own. DGen Den should have something up, probably heavy baseball, I would think, today. So we'll have that for you as well, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.